Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Rajnikant and today's video we're gonna see how we can use Redis as a cache with Spring Boot. Okay, so here first we need to understand what is cache and why we need that one. Then we'll explore Redis, what exactly Redis and how Redis will fit as a cache. Then we'll integrate this Redis cache with Spring Boot in a CRUD application. Okay, then we'll explore this annotation, this cache at the red cache port, at the red cache bill, at the red cache evict and all. Okay, so let me explain you what exactly cache and why we need that one. Okay, for example, if you'll see here in CRUD application architecture, Spring Boot, MongoDB and Redis. So here we have user interface. So whatever we will develop, we do not have user interface. It's a client. We can hit the API using Postman, so it will go to Spring Boot application, and it's a CRUD application, right? So we'll create the product, we'll add the product, we'll update the product, we'll get the product, and we'll delete the product. Okay, so for example, first we have added a product to this MongoDB. Okay, then while fetching the same product, if we will go to the MongoDB and fetch the data again, so there will be a network round trip. So from our application we will call to this MongoDB, right? So there is a network round trip will be there. For example, consider for Amazon or Flipkart, they do have multiple products. People are searching those products and getting those details. So how it will be that network round trip, multiple people will search those products, right? So what we can do, instead of going to this MongoDB and fetching the data, what we can do, instead of that one, we can have something in the middle known as this cache. Okay, so here this Redis we are using as a cache. So whenever we'll add a product, it will go to the MongoDB as well as it will store into the cache. Then whenever we try to fetch that particular product, so instead of going to MongoDB, it will fetch from directly from cache. Okay, it's not going to the database, it's fetching from that cache. So it will be a lot faster. Okay, lightning quick will get the data. Clear? So instead of going to the database and fetching the data, it will go to this particular Redis cache and it will fetch the data. It's not, I am talking here now Redis cache, so you can use any solution for the caching. So here this Redis is a in-memory database where it will store the data. Clear cut idea what exactly cache and why you will use this one, use that one. Now let's see what is Redis and why should we use this as a cache. Okay, so let's go to this one. So if you'll see Redis, so Redis is an in-memory data store used by millions of developers as a cache, vector database, document database and streaming engine, or some people are using as a message broker as well. Okay, so this Redis is a in-memory data store which is lightning fast, and it will store the we can use as a cache or vector database or document database. Okay, so you can use Redis, for example, if you want to store your hash set, hash map, anything you can store into that this Redis. Okay, so now we are using this Redis as a cache. You can explore more on Redis by yourself. I will provide this link, you can go through that one. Okay, now let's see how we can use now Redis in Spring Boot. Okay, so for that one we need to develop a CRUD application, and in that CRUD application we'll use Redis for caching. Okay, so for CRUD application, we need to generate the Spring Boot project, right? So how we'll generate the Spring Boot project? You can use Spring Initializer to generate that project. there are alternative ways, but we can generate using Spring Initializer. Here maybe we can choose as a Maven project, language Java, Spring Boot version 3.4.3, and this group ID, artifact ID, name, these things you can give. jar, and version is 17 we can use. And the main thing is dependencies. What all dependencies you want to add here? We can use web for we'll do the CRUD application, right? So we'll use REST controllers, so we can use web. Then we can use here Mongo, Spring Data, MongoDB we can use here, and we can use Spring Data Redis we can use. Okay, so these three dependencies, or we can say starters, we can use. If you'll see what all these things, it will show you here: Spring Boot Starter Data Redis, Spring Boot Starter Data MongoDB, and Spring Boot Starter Web. These three things we will use. Okay, then you can download the project. Okay, so already I have downloaded this project and imported into my workspace in STS, and I will show you what exactly that one. Okay, so without wasting time, let me explain you. So if you'll see here, demo Spring Boot CRUD, demo Spring Boot MongoDB, CRUD Redis. Okay, so already I have developed a Spring Boot application that is for CRUD application. I mean, we can perform CRUD application with MongoDB. Let me quickly explain you what exactly these things are here. In pom.xml, if you'll see here, we have Spring Boot Data, Spring Boot Starter MongoDB, and Spring Boot Starter Web. These two dependencies are there. I have not added those caching specific dependencies are here. First I will explain you this CRUD application, then we can add on top of that one, right? If you will start freshly, it will take long time. So I have this CRUD application handy with me, and I will show you how we can use that caching here. So this is the CRUD application. So yeah, here we have a product class where ID will be there and document products. So product have ID, name, category, price, stock, descriptions. So this product will use to store into MongoDB. Okay, and let's go to this repository. So be mindful, we need to implement serializable, otherwise while doing that storing into the cache, it will throw some exception. Okay, so be mindful on that one. This is product. Then let's go to this repository. Here we are using Mongo repository. If you'll see, Mongo repository we are using, and this is the product type we want to store, and string is the ID. Okay, then what you are using, we have product service class where we are auto wiring this product repository, and we are doing all this. I mean, get all product, find by ID, then save product, update product. We are doing these things. Clear? Then we have controller where we have developed endpoints to call the services. So if you'll see here, get all products, get mapping, and get product by ID, and create product. Freshly we want to save a product, this we can use, and update product and delete products are there. Clear? And if you go to application.properties, we have MongoDB details, and server.port, which server it will run. Clear? So now I am running that MongoDB in my Docker container. If you want to run, you can run in your local machine, install the MongoDB and you can run, but I am running into what do we call this one, Docker container. Now let me run this application and I will gonna show you this is working. Okay, now we have not implemented Redis yet. Okay, Redis Cache we have not implemented yet, we need to implement. Just I will show you this CRUD application working end to end, then we'll quickly start the development part with Redis Cache. started the application with 9091 port, and my Postman collection is already ready. So this is running on localhost 9090, and I am adding a product. So laptop, electronics, and stock 50 stocks are available, and description, some description. Let me hit this product and I'll show you. It's sending the request. Let's wait for some time. Yep. If you'll see, it's returning an ID, this one, and let's validate in the Mongo compass if that product is available or not. Let me refresh here. So this is a MongoDB compass. This is a client which will connect to MongoDB to see the to see and query those data. If you'll see, name laptop, category electronics, price something 1,20,000, stock 50, and description. We are able to store the data. Right now, let me hit again quickly to show you that we are able to get the data as well. It is taking some time. Bear with me. Yep, we are able to get the data now. So our existing CRUD application is working fine. Now let's modify this application, and we'll use the cache here. So let me stop this application quickly. Then we'll add here. So first thing, what we can add here, we can add our dependencies. So already I have handy those dependencies. So if you'll see here, Spring Boot data Redis will add. So let's go to our pom.xml, and here let's add that one. Okay, so Control S, dependency here. Clear? So we have added Spring Boot starter data Redis, we have added, and as well as we have added one more dependencies known as this Redis client. Okay, so this one also required for that one. Done. Now what we can do, we need to add the Redis server properties. Okay, so these things let me add, and I will explain you what I am doing here. In application.properties, we can add, two ways we can do. We can configure this Redis connection things either in application.properties, and Spring Boot itself will take care of these things, creating the cache manager, creating the Redis connection factory. All those things will take care of by Spring Boot. Otherwise, what we can do, we can configure these things in Java configuration as well. So that time we need to create those Java classes and add these things, right? Add this host and port to that configuration. We can add, right? So there are two ways we can do. So now, as of now, here in this example, we'll see using application.properties. Okay, so we have done this one. So to use Redis, we need to install Redis in our local machine. Otherwise, we need to install, in alternate way, we can install Redis in our Docker container. Okay, so how to install Redis in Docker container and all to configure, already I have uploaded a video. You can check that one as well for your better understanding and creating these applications. Okay, so done, two parts done. So in pom.xml we have added those dependencies, and application properties we have added the required connection details. Okay, so if you'll see here, Spring cache type, which cache type we want to use, Redis, and Spring data Redis host, which host we want to use. So we have used our local machine, so it's a local host, and which port, the default port is 6379 we're gonna use, and idle time we are using something around 2000 millisecond, and Spring data Redis pool max active, so we are using a pool of 128 connections. So based on your requirement, you can use here. and here I am doing some enabling this log for MongoDB template. So yep, done. Now what we can do, we need to add we need to add case specific annotations to our code. Okay, first thing here we need to enable enable caching. So this enable caching we need to place at that main method, I mean in the main class, so it will enable the caching feature. This is one thing. And next thing what we can do, wherever we are adding those products, we are getting those products, in the method label we can put the annotations. If you'll see, I have handy those annotations with details. So here cacheable. So this cacheable annotation, what it will do, so whenever it will, I mean from this method get product by ID, whenever it will return that product, so it will store into that cache. The cache name will be products, and which ID it will store, I mean which key it will store. The cache will be stored using key value, right? So which key it will store? This ID it will take as a key and it will store that value. Clear? @cacheable, what it will do, the @cacheable, what exactly this annotation will do, it will store the return value from this method. Okay, and will take the key as a ID and it will store the value. Clear? So now create a product. So while creating a product, what we can do here, @cache put. Okay, so this is kind of, we are updating the cache, or we are creating that particular product inside the cache. So here what we can do, if you'll see, we are defining this one cache put, and we are defining this value, what is the cache name, and what exactly this key. So this is a Spring expression. So $product means the product object's ID. So from the product object, ID will use as a key. So in cache put means what exactly it will do, it will create the product inside the database or Mongo, then at the same time it will store into that particular cache with cache name as a products and key as a product ID and value as that product. Clear? And update the same way. Let me copy this one. So cache put, this is also, it will update. So for example, we have a product and we are trying to update that product. Okay, at the same time our cache also should have that updated product, no? Okay, so that time what we can do, we can use @cache put here. So while updating that database with that product, at the same time it will update the cache as well. Okay, so the same way, the value, this is a cache name, and this key, this product ID will be act as a cache key, and value will be the updated product. Clear? Now while deleting that product from the database, at the same time we need to delete it from our cache as well. Otherwise, for example, in Amazon or Flipkart, one product, it will show you in the UI some product is there, but while I mean suppose, I mean what I'm trying to say, so in Amazon and Flipkart one product is not available, so we have deleted that product is removed, but still that product is available in cache, and while in the UI it is taking from the cache and you are able to see the product. So while placing the order, anyway that product is not available in the database, right? So it will move into some exception or something. So to handle that one in gracefully, what we can do, while removing a product from the database, we need to remove it from cache as well. Clear? So how we can do that one? we have annotation known as @cache evict. So while deleting, so this cache evict, what it will do while deleting this product, so with the same id it will delete the from cache as well. Clear? Hope you got a crystal clear idea. Control Shift F. Crystal clear idea about these cache annotations, right? So how to convert a existing Spring Boot CRUD application to implement cache? Three things. First, we need to add the required dependencies in pom.xml. Then we need to add the Redis configuration details in application.properties, and we need to change the code to use that cache specific annotations in our code. Clear idea? Now let's run this application and we will gonna see. Let me run it here. Application is stopped. Anyway, I will give you this code into my GitHub repository, so you can import and you can explore more on top of this one. Okay, before that one, let me go to this one and let me delete these collections. CRUD products drop collection. Yep, it's deleted. And now I want to show you that Redis one as well. So something is there, let me refresh. Okay, one key is there, let me delete that one. So this is redis-stack browser. So what I mean, like MongoDB Compass, this redis-stack browser is there where we can connect to Redis and we'll see all the data we can query, we can see, we can modify. So this is kind of, you can call a Redis client as well. Okay, so now we have cleared everything. Now let's first add a product. So let's add this product. So electronics, and let me add the stock as a 150 here, and I am hitting the database, not hitting the database, I am hitting the endpoint, sorry, my bad. It's storing the data into MongoDB and we're gonna see. I'm not sure why it's taking much time. Let me see. Oh, is it done? ID, we are getting that ID. Now let's go to MongoDB Compass and we're gonna see. Yes, if you'll see, one product is coming, and the see product name laptop electronics, price 1,20,000, and stock is 150 stocks are there. Now if we'll go to the Redis as well, so let me refresh. Just see, now it's converted into total one key is present, right? And let me go to this key. Let me refresh again. We'll see, I mean, we have added a product, right? So at the same time it will go to what do you call that one, MongoDB as well as to this Redis. If you'll see here, it's added. Clear? So now if you want to get that product, it will not hit to that MongoDB database and it will return from this particular cache. Okay, so let's do this one. If you see here, if you are inserting document, we are getting some logs like this, right? So the same way, if you fetch the data, then it will fetch from that. I mean, if it is fetching from the database, then something like querying a document containing field or querying something will get the logs, right? But now will not get, because it will get from cache. So let's copy this ID and get product. Okay, so let's send. Clear? We are getting it from cache. There is no logs. Otherwise, for better understanding, so how you will confident that this is coming from cache? Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me update the data inside the backend. Okay, so let's update. My bad, what it is coming. Let me edit here, and instead of stock 150, let me put 10. So all the laptops have sold. So this is big billion day, and all people have ordered the laptop with offer price. Okay, so stock got reduced from 150 to 10. Update. Okay, and so in backend it's updated. Just see, I have updated from the backend, but in the cache still it is 150. Correct? In the cache still the stock price is 150. We have not updated the cache. I have not touched the cache, right? So in the cache still the data should be 150. Now if I'll hit from that URL, so I should get 150, not 10. Then you will see that it is coming from cache, not from the database. So let me hit here again. Let's see, I am getting stock price as a 150. Hope you got a crystal clear idea that how the things are working in Spring Boot with Redis Cache. Okay, so maybe in upcoming video I will explain the same with Redis using Java configuration. Now I have explained in Redis with I mean in application properties, but next upcoming video I will show you how to configure that Java configuration with Redis, right? So yes, I mean definitely I want your feedback in the comment section. This will really help me to understand and motivate me to create such more videos for you people. So please share your feedback and feedback or comments in the comments.